Hello and welcome back to Up the Villa podcast. If you are new to our channel, subscribe, drop this video a like and get involved in the comment section down below. So welcome to the Up the Villa podcast football phone-in. It's our third one that we are doing now. So thank you all for joining us. And we've got some guests on for the show today. So we are going to kick it off with William. How are you doing, mate?
Yeah, I'm all right. Yourself? Thanks so much for having me.
Yeah, nice one. Thanks for joining us. So, what are your thoughts? What did you make of Liverpool? How are you feeling going into Spurs?
Well, Liverpool, I mean, it's obviously a gutted that we lost, but we could have won. We did have chances to win that game.
Yeah, definitely.
I thought I didn't really get the high line defence thing against like Nunes and Salah. That's a little bit of an odd decision, but I'm guessing if it's what he's trying to implement, then it's just in the early stages, isn't it?
Yeah, I think that we saw in the mini pre-season vibe that we were implementing the high line, and it was working to an extent. You know, it was getting Brighton offside, Chelsea, but I think we saw against Liverpool how the high line doesn't work, which is
done very quickly. You know, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, they were able to break through pretty quickly, created quite a lot of chances. So, thoughts on Spurs then? What are you expecting from Villa?
Well, I mean, if we do stick with that high line, it could be suicidal against like Kane and Son and Kulusevski. But you know, I mean, I think we can beat Spurs. They're a good team, but I don't think they're unbeatable for sure. They've looked quite in a lot of their recent games.
Yeah, and it looks like Cash will be coming back into the side as well. And we've seen the images of Martinez arriving back at Bodymore Heath. I still don't think, looking at him, he looks ready for this game. I mean, those eyes just look red, don't they? So
all the hallmarks. He's been on the piss for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, for me, he's not ready yet. What do you think?
I don't know. I mean, would you take a sort of half hungover Martinez or Olsen? I don't know.
Depends who's kicking. It'd be better, to be fair. But
I think it seems like he said in that Ben Foster interview, like he's like the most competitive person he's ever met. I'm pretty sure that Martinez would want to play if he's in the country.
Yeah, definitely. So do you feel like Villa can get something from the game?
Yes, it certainly do. But I think we could easily lose it, but we could easily win it too. I think so.
Yeah, cool. Right, William, thank you for coming on the show. It's been great chatting to you and Up the Villa.
Yeah, no worries, man. Take care. Up the Villa.
We have now got another new guest. Villa Boys is going to be on the show. So how are you, mate? Thank you for joining us.
Cheers, Luke. Thank you for having me on. I'm doing very, very good. Thank you.
Cool. So how are you feeling ahead of Spurs v Villa?
Do you know what? This game could go one these ways, you know. I am looking for that game tomorrow. I don't know what. Do you know what? I think we can beat Spurs, you know, because let's be honest, Spurs are Spurs all day. Like, they always go down and they keep fighting, but I believe we can win the game, you know. I believe we can. If we take our chance away, we will beat them. But we cannot be absolutely too sloppy, or we have to keep very, very concentration, very, very on.
Yeah, you make some great points. That again, it's the same old story, Villa, isn't it? Taking our chances. If we take our chances, we create the chances.
Yeah.
But it's about just putting them away. So, what's your vibe on Martinez? Do you think he can start or?
Do you know what? It's 50-50, you know. It's 50-50. I'll agree with you, Luke, you know. I do agree because we have the Martin might be in the piss because Arsenal won the World Cup, did they? So I don't know why, but I got sneaky feeling we must have also need goal. I don't know why. But don't get me wrong, I love Martinez. I want Martinez starting goal. But I don't know why we must have also in goal because we might have how drunk Martinez in goal. I'm very worried about it, to be honest.
Yeah, and then the transfer window opens tomorrow as well. So,
Yes.
are there any areas that you're looking at, thinking that we can strengthen?
Do you know what? I know we're not going to get him, but I'd love to get Yao Felix, personally, in my opinion. But I can't see it getting happening, unfortunately. But do you know what? The one player I really, really want to get it is attacking Marcus Thuram. I want to get him our club because the guy is a striker. He's done absolutely brilliant at Borussia Mönchengladbach and also in the France team as well. What this guy in the World Cup playing against? Yes, it was Morocco, but they in the semi-final. And this guy he pays to the ball. Wow! I want Marcus Thuram in my club. That one player I'm looking for. Marcus Thuram.
I do too. He's on top of my list. I think he would
Yeah.
transform our attacking line, and I think he's
Yeah,
exactly what we need. So, cheers, mate. Thank you for coming on. It's been great to have you on.
By the way, one more thing.
Yeah.
I've got my YouTube channel. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, Port Villa Boys.
Cool. All right, mate. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you.
And then we will have the main man on. He's making his first appearance to the football phone-in, I think. Justin.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Have you been on before, Justin?
No, this is my debut, football phone-in debut.
Well, this is the little story then. This is the little story. So I obviously used to work in Sutton Coldfield with, and Justin did as well. So I would always go in and chat to Justin. But the voice of Justin was first in my ears on the BBC WM football phone-in. So how ironic now that we've got our own.
Mad times, mate. Mad times. What a great journey it's been on. But it's great to have to be finally on our own football phone-in.
Definitely. So, go on then, Justin. Thoughts, Spurs, transfers.
Yes, we're approaching the mad part of the season, aren't we? Football goes ballistic with the transfer window opening January. And we are going to do business, aren't we? We know that. We've got business to do, ins and outs. So it's going to be very interesting to see what happens over the next 4 weeks. Today's big rumour is obviously Gerard Deulofeu, who I've followed quite a lot, obviously, because I was massively into Barcelona through Messi mainly. But obviously I followed players like Deulofeu who came through there. He's been a bit nomadic with his career. You know, he's never really settled anywhere. He's had a couple of spells in England with Everton and Watford. Did better at Watford, mainly against us, I think, every time we played against him. And he's got a lot of quality. He's a very, very good player. When I first read it this morning when I woke up, I was like, is he a lot better than what we've got currently? But I think what it does, it would add depth, and I think we've obviously got to back the manager. You know, his track record of improving players, and he would know. I would think he'd know Deulofeu pretty well if he's going after him. He's probably someone he's maybe even been tracking for Villarreal, to be honest. So he's just moved that maybe onto Villa since he's come to us. He can play on the 10, he can play out wide. You know, he's a very exciting player. Picks the ball up, goes past people, scores goals. And the more I'm thinking about it, the more I'm looking at his record, the more I think it could be a really good signing for us. We've got to be realistic where we are. We're a mid-table Premier League club. As much as we want the João Felixes and the high-end players, you know, at the moment, currently, I think we're just a bit short of signing them. You know, you're talking hundreds of millions of pounds for the top end strikers and players like that. So financially, it might be a bit of a stretch because we do want to do multiple deals. You know, if we were just wanting one player, then maybe we could stretch to a huge transfer fee and big wages. But I think we need probably 2 or 3. Outgoings are going to help that, obviously, finance-wise. So, yeah, I think a lot of merits in it. You know, Ismaila Sarr's been linked as well. So it does seem to be that we're going down that road of sort of attackers, maybe not out and out forwards, but players that can play in that role. And it would give us, you know, plenty of options off the bench. And with the 5 substitutes, you know, it's going to be very handy to have multiple attacking options to be able to come off the bench. And we've got to back the manager, haven't we? So I think, yeah, I'm all for it, to be honest. I think you know...
touching on Deulofeu, why I think it would be a fit for Villa is that we've heard about Mings this week mentioning about how we're learning how to be in different phases of the game.
Yeah.
So there's different things during a game, whether it's pressing, defending, attacking, possession. Those different phases are what Unai Emery wants us to do. With Deulofeu, I think he gives us balance between all of those different phases. And I think although what we've got at the minute on Unai Emery signings, it's important that the whole team ticks together. And for some reason, I just really think Deulofeu in that midfield would enhance us in certain areas and certain moments, because we can pick a pass. He's good defensively. He's creative. He's pacey. He's got good vision. He gets shots off. I really do think he would suit, and I think Villa fans, we're looking at we're wanting the X factor to come in, aren't we? But I think that will come in certain positions. But I think at times you need something that can, someone who can just do a bit of everything and get the whole thing motoring, the whole thing ticking, and add balance to the side. So that's the point that I think I'm trying to make a little bit.
No,
I
agree.
You look at Liverpool's midfield, and it's like Henderson, Fabinho, and Elliott, and for me, they're not out and out world class players, but that because the whole team functions well, they all end up complementing each other, and the whole system just works perfectly. So I think that little gem of Deulofeu in there would I think it would work.
Yeah, I agree. I think sometimes you just need that missing link, don't you? That player that can just slot in and knit it all together, and transition is something that we've got to it's something that we've got to improve, really. We are creating chances, but somebody that can take the ball to, we haven't really had that since we lost Jack, have we? Someone that can pick the ball up in midfield. As much as Jack was a great attacking outlet, he also came from deep, didn't he, and ran at people. And Bailey seems to be more he's more suited to getting in. He's in that final third, getting him around the box, taking that one player on and having a shot. Whereas someone like Jack could run from deep and take 3 or 4 on and really, open the game up. Buendia, very similar kind of player he just finds a bit of space and then he'll pick a really good pass. He doesn't really go past loads of people. Whereas Deulofeu seems to be that mould of going past 3 or 4, running from deep. So it could be a really, really astute signing for us if we go for him. And we have to be realistic, like I said earlier, that we're not going to get the top tiers. Obviously, if they're available and we can do them, I'm sure we will. I don't fear now that our owners won't do big deals because they're scared of them. They will do them. It's just the real reality of being able to get them deals over the line for us currently where we are. So we've just got to cut our cloth. And if players like Deulofeu and Sarr are available, I think they massively add to our squad depth and they do improve us. So it does seem like a good deal, to be fair.
So what are your final thoughts then ahead of Spurs? How are you feeling? We've done all our content, match preview, predicted lineup. What are you feeling?
I'm going into it with a real positive mindset. I always do anyway. I think we're going to go there with a game plan. We're going to go there. Hopefully Martinez will start. I think he's going to be fit enough to start. He's still got, all day today to recover. I'm sure they'll be taking him through recovery drills and getting stuff into him ready to go tomorrow. Ultimately, it's not as physically demanding as an outfield position as it goalkeeper, so it's more mentally. He's going to be switched on from the start. That's probably the important thing. Coming down from a World Cup win, how many people have had to do that? We've never had a Villa player that's had to come back in and get his head switched on from winning a World Cup. So I don't know how hard that's going to be, but I'm sure they'll be helping him do that. It'd be huge if he starts tomorrow. I think Matty Cash starts tomorrow. I think he'll be ready again now. and possibly even Ramsey if he's ready. So I think that sort of shakes the team up a little bit. I think they'll be ready to go. I think they'll have a game plan. I think they'll be ready. Whatever Spurs throw at them, we'll be able to adjust and adapt during the game because of the manager we've got. And I'm confident. I think if we can go there and get a point, I'll be over the moon. If we can snatch all three, absolutely amazing. But yeah, I'm buzzing for it. I can't wait to see the game tomorrow. Come thick and fast now, and that's what we want.
Awesome, Justin. Thank you for coming on.
Up the Villa.
So there we have it. End of the football phone-in. End of our pre-match content for this week. We'll be back after the game for our match reaction, and then we'll be kick-starting our content ahead of Wolves, who we play on Wednesday. So thanks, everybody, for watching. Up the Villa.